And a special welcome to my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your week ahead Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. I have got two decks on the table here in front of me. I am trying to get into the festive season. So I have chosen two decks that I'm hoping are going to bring us a little bit of joy and a little bit of happiness. This is an Oracle deck, and it is the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And this tarot deck is not one I use very often because it is incredibly shiny and incredibly bright, but it is the black and gold edition of the tarot. So tarot black and gold edition. It is super shiny, it is super amazing, and I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful for us to use. Now you may just need your sunglasses because it is literally that bright. Okay, let's start off with our oracle. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's have a look and see what does the week ahead have in store for you. So we're looking at the theme, the energy, the vibe of the week. What is it that you need to be aware of, conscious of, familiar with? Where does your focus need to be for the week ahead? And we are looking at the week of the 18th to the 24th of December 2022. All right, air signs, one more shuffle, and then I'm going to pull us a single card that's going to give us your theme for the week ahead. Let's have a look, air signs. Your week ahead is all about cozy up with risk. Cozy up with risk. So my interpretation of cozy up, and I'm sticking it cozy into into my tinsel. I'm going to shuffle the tarot while we're chatting. So cozy up with risk is, what does it mean if you cozy up to something or cozy up to someone? It means that you get all up and close and personal, but it also means that you need to be comfortable enough with it that you don't feel scared or intimidated with being that close to it. And you've got to be comfortable and cozy with risk, because that means that sometimes, especially this week, you may have to take a gamble. You may have to take a chance. You may have to climb outside of your comfort zone and do something that scares you, do something that makes you feel a bit frightened, makes you feel a bit dangerous. Okay, so it is about being comfortable enough within yourself, within your abilities, and comfortable enough to take a risk. So let's see what the risk is going to be, air signs, because I'm certainly curious. So I'm just giving the tarot a little bit of a shuffle, setting the intention for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, for the week of the 18th to the 24th of December. Right, cards are shuffled, and I'm going to place them just there so that they're out of the way, and then I've at least got a little bit of space to work in. Let's have a look and see. Week ahead for you. Right, so we're starting the week off with the 10 of Wands. You can see that he's burdened. You can see that he is carrying a heavy load. And air signs, this is you, okay? This is you as this week starts. As you go into this week of the 18th to the 24th of December, you may be feeling very burdened. I just want to show you how shiny these cards are. You may be feeling as if it's all just a little bit too much to bear, just all a little bit too much to carry. You may be feeling as if, oh my gosh, can I actually handle it? So if you continue the way that you are, I'm sure you will succeed. I'm sure you will be okay. But maybe if you cozy up to risk and you take a risk, it may make the whole process, the whole journey, the whole experience a little bit easier for you. So don't be afraid to take a risk if it means you achieving your goals, achieving your objectives quicker, easier, and simpler. We also have the 10 of Swords. I nearly said Wands, but that's that one. And the 10 of Swords is, again, it's about that overburden, but it's also about giving up. The 10 of Swords is the card of saying, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I just feel like I'm done. And at this time of the year, this makes total sense, because we're all feeling like that, aren't we? We're all feeling a little bit like, can 2022 just finish already? I'm ready for 2023. I'm ready for new beginnings. I'm ready for new opportunities. So what's coming through for you here is exactly that. This feeling of wanting something more than what you have at the moment, and feeling like, I don't know if I have the capacity to finish, to complete, I'm just going to lie here and just wait for it all to finish. Remember, we're going to cozy up with risk. We're going to give ourselves the opportunity to take a gamble, to take a chance, to do something out of the ordinary, in the hopes that it actually works out well for us. And I actually do believe it will work out well for you. Let's get another card and see. Haha. So here we have the Hermit card. All right. So the Hermit card is the card of introspection, the card of solitude, the card of relying only on yourself and not, oopsie, and not relying on anybody else, okay? Not relying on anybody else, keeping everything to yourself, finding the answers within yourself and not leaning on anybody externally to give you anything that you need. So the Hermit is the card of saying, even though you're suffering, even though it's difficult, even though you're overburdened, even though you're ready to give up, we're going to cozy up to risk, but we're also not going to share it with anybody. We're not going to tell anybody. This risk that we are doing, the changes that we're implementing, the things that we're ready to do, let's not share it with too many people, because by sharing it with too many people externally, you're putting a whole lot of unnecessary pressure on yourself. The Hermit card is telling you, keep it to yourself, keep it internally, and you will have a better chance of success. Once it's done, once you have been successful, once you've overcome it, then you can share with everybody as much as your heart wants to. But initially, keep it to yourself. Don't share all your secrets, because people will let you down. All right. And that's the risk that you take, isn't it? Next we have is the Star card. Oh, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. So the Star card is basically saying to you, everything's going to be okay. There's no need to panic. There's no need to get yourself into a worry. Everything's actually going to be okay. As long as you believe, as long as you have hope, and as long as you hold on to the things that matter most, you're actually going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. But it's about not getting caught up in this. Remember, that's the risks. So the risks you take are actually going to work out for you this week. The risks you take will actually bring you a lot of happiness and a lot of joy this week, which is just another reason why we need to take the risks. All right, let's take another one. All right, we have another major arcana card, and this time it is the Justice card. Now, I think the Justice card is so relevant for you guys here. Air signs, the Justice card, he sits on his throne, okay? He is looking us square on, all right? He's not off to the side or whatever. He's looking at us straight. He's got his scale of balance over here, and he has his sword of truth in the other hand. He is ready to make a judgment call. He is ready to determine who's right, who's wrong, who wins and who loses. But the Justice card, he always stands up for whoever is correct. He always stands up for not necessarily the innocent, but the one that did the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. And that has to be you here, air signs, okay? So again, we acknowledge what a difficult space you're in. We acknowledge how difficult this whole experience is for you. We acknowledge how tired you are and how fed up you are and how ready you are to just move on. But you've got to keep it to yourself. You've got to internalize all of that, process it all internally, realize that the only person that you can actually rely on here is yourself. But we do need to take the risks, because the risks will pan out for you. They'll work out for you really, really well. The Justice card is telling you that don't worry about what's right and wrong, because actually the wrong has already been done. Okay, the wrong has already been done. It's now time to take that risk. All right, it's now time to take that risk so that you can start making some positive changes and improvements to your life. And the King of Cups confirms this, because the King of Cups is basically saying to you, you need to be in control of your emotions. You need to be in charge of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're expressing to the outside world. So you've been burying all your emotions for such a long time, and the King of Cups is telling you that it's time to express, it's time to put it out there, it's time to reveal your emotions to everybody. We were keeping our risks to ourselves so that we could carry it through and have success, but it's our feelings that we need to put out there, that we need to express. So the risks we're keeping to ourselves, our plans we're keeping to ourselves, but it's time to start releasing your emotions, expressing your emotions, and letting people know exactly what you're feeling, exactly what you're going through, so that they can either get on board and assist you, or they can leave you alone. I'm being polite. Last card for air signs. Oh, look at that. Amazing. We have got the Sun card. Let's make the Sun card shine. Let's make the Sun card shine, because that's exactly what the Sun does. The Sun brings happiness and joy. It brings abundance. It brings beauty. It brings happiness. It brings brightness. It illuminates situations, okay? It illuminates challenges and sheds light on truth. And that's what we're doing here. We're shedding light on the truth. But you need to express yourself on an emotional level. And maybe that's the risk. Maybe the risk is actually expressing yourself on an emotional level once you've worked through the hardship and the challenges that you're facing. So air signs, it looks like you are in for an interesting week. This is Spirit acknowledging the tragedy, the hardship, the struggle, the difficulty that you are experiencing. Spirits are acknowledging how difficult it has been for you and how you've done this all completely on your own. You haven't had nobody to lean on, nobody to share with. So you do need to start taking some risks to change your circumstance, to change your situation. But just in the depths of your heart and soul, just hold on to the fact that it's going to be okay, that everything's going to work out exactly as it needs to. This is your time to shine. Okay, this is your time to shine. It's not anybody else's, so don't worry about taking the limelight from anybody. This is your time to shine. There is no doubt about it. But you do need to express your emotions, and you do need to know that everything's going to work out absolutely perfectly for you. No worries, no concerns at all here, air signs. We understand, but this is where we start and this is where we end, and that is fabulous. So let's focus on the end of the week, when everything is so much better, when everything just falls into place and there is happiness, joy, and reason to celebrate all around you. All right, air signs, much love and many blessings. Wishing you an amazing week ahead, a week of working through your troubles and finding your bliss and finding your happiness. I do pray and hope that it is a good one for you. Much love and many blessings, my air signs, and until we talk again, take care.